Dear student, welcome to all of you in my online maths video class. In our last video class, CL4, we discussed about the conjugate of a complex number and that is the modulus of the complex number. You know what is the modulus of the complex number? If we have any complex number z is equal to a plus ib, then modulus of the complex number is equal to under root a square plus b square. And conjugate of the complex number means what? If we have any complex number a plus ib, then conjugate of that complex number will be a minus ib. Now here I am going to start the Argand plane. What is the Argand plane? Do you know what is the coordinate plane? That is also known as Cartesian plane. The plane where any point, just like here, y-axis, x-axis, any point. What is this? Unique point. If we have this, let this is 2 and 3. This is the point P. This point P here, 2 represent what? Abscissa, distance from y-axis. Abscissa and ordinate. What is abscissa? Abscissa is distance from y-axis. This distance is what? That is 2. And what is 3? Distance from y-axis. Distance from x dash, x, o, y and y dash. Y-axis, x-axis. Here 2, 3. 2 is the abscissa. Abscissa means what? Distance from y-axis. And ordinate means what? Distance from x-axis. So this distance is 3 and this distance is 2. Here each point represent a unique value. In coordinate plane, two-dimensional plane, coordinate plane, where each point represent a unique value. Each point. This represent a unique value means there will be one coordinate for this point, one coordinate for this point, one coordinate for this point. It means for each point we have a unique coordinate, and for each ordered pair we have a unique point. I am saying the two things. The first one, for each ordered pair we have a unique point, and the converse of this, for each point we have a unique coordinate. Just like here, this is the real line. A real line. A real. For each point here, this point, any point. For each point we have a real number r. A real number. For each point on the real line we have a real number. And for each real number we have a point in the real. Again I am saying the two different things. The first one, for each point on the real number, for each point on the real line we have a real number. And the second thing, for each real number we have a point on the real line. Getting? Similarly, for each ordered pair we have a single point in the coordinate plane, and converse of this, for each point in the coordinate plane we have a unique ordered pair. Why I am saying the ordered pair? Because 2, 3 and 3, 2 is a different thing. 2, 3 represent a unique point in the coordinate plane. Similarly, 3, 2 is also represent the unique point, the different unique point in the coordinate plane. Now, if we have any point P here xy, then this xy represent x plus I y, x plus I. For each point we have a complex number x plus I, and for each complex number we have a point in the plane. The plane which indicate the complex number, that is called Argand plane or complex plane. Okay, coordinate plane is basically related for order number, order pair, and here if we represent in the form of complex number, then the plane which contain this complex number is called Argand plane. Argand plane or complex plane is what? Any point which is in the form of x plus I. Now, if we have any point on x-axis, then it will be x0. This is origin, x0. If we write this x0, then it can be written as x plus 0 I. Means this can be represented in the form of complex number as x plus 0 I. Here the imaginary part is what? Imaginary part, let this is the complex number z, then imaginary part of this is what? 0, and a real part of this z is what? X. It means all the point which lie on x-axis, that will be real number. Therefore, the x-axis of the Argand plane or complex plane is called a real axis. Real axis. Okay, and any point in the y-axis is represented like this way. Here, any point, the general coordinate will be 0 y of any point. If we want to represent 0 y, it can be written as 0 plus I y. Okay, where this can be simply I y. So this is called imaginary line. Imaginary line. In Argand plane, the horizontal line represent a real axis and the vertical line represent imaginary line. Okay, a real line, imaginary. Real axis, imaginary axis, we can say, or imaginary line simply we have taken. Here, at the place of real axis, we can write real line. Real line. It means simply what is Argand plane? The plane Argand plane means the coordinate plane that represent the complex number is called Argand plane. The coordinate plane that represents the complex numbers is called Argand plane. If we have here, we know simply first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Here this plus plus, minus plus, minus minus, plus minus. If we have any point here, 2, 3, then it can be represented by 2 plus 3 and similarly if we have here minus 3, 5, then it will be minus 3 plus 5, 5. Getting? This also represent a complex number. This also represent a complex number. If we have here only minus 5, then it will be minus 5 plus 0 I. If we have here 2, then it can be 2 plus 0 into I. If we have here 3, then its coordinate is what? 0, 3. Then it will be 0 plus, this is minus 3, 0 plus minus 3i, or we can write minus 3i. Okay. Similarly, if we have here minus 2, minus 3, any point, then this can be written as minus 2, minus 3i. It means this plane, for each ordered pair, we can write a complex number. For each ordered pair, this can also be written as here minus 5, 0, 2, 0. Abscissa 2 and ordinate 0, abscissa minus 5, ordinate 0. Where the ordinate represent for y coordinate are in complex number, standard form a plus ib, where b is equal to 0. In this way, we can represent it. It means for each point, we have a complex number, and for each complex number, we have a point in this plane. And according to difference, according to definition, the plane, the coordinate plane that represents the complex number is called organed plane or complex plane. In this way, we can also understand. Okay, I told you what is this horizontal line. This is x-axis, but in coordinate plane, this is real line. Y-axis is called imaginary line. Real line, imaginary line. Getting? The horizontal line is a real line and the vertical line is the imaginary line. Okay? Now, one thing. Let this is the organ plane. This is the organ plane. And we have any point P, whose coordinate is x, y, x. Then, according to complex number, it can be represented as x plus I y. And let this is the 0, 0 coordinate. Means 0 plus I 0, like this. And we want to find its distance here, OP. That this is OP. OP is what? Under root x2 minus x1 whole square, means x minus 0 whole square plus, we always take positive because distance is always positive. OP is the distance which we want to find using the formula x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, and we want to see what is the result. Here x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square, which is equal to under root x square plus y square, and which is equal to modulus z. It means the distance of any point, the distance of any point P from the origin, that is OP, is equal to modulus of the complex number which is formed by the point which is in ordered pair like x1, x plus I. Okay. In this way, distance between two coordinate point we can also find. If we have 2 point P, one point if we have P1, that is x1 y1, and another point P2, that is x2 y2, then distance between these 2 points P1 and P2 is equal to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, and this is simply, if we try to verify it, then it will be z1 minus z2 minus, and we know that z1 minus z2 modulus can also be written as z2 minus z. So like the distance formula, we get the distance of any point P from the origin is equal to root x square plus y square, that is modulus of z. And if we have 2 point P1 and P2, then distance between them is equal to this, and which is y z1 and z2. Let this is z1, x1 plus I y1, and here z2, x2 plus I y2. Sorry, I y2 means here like this is I y2. Okay, in this way we can find the distance formula. Using distance formula, we can find the distance between 2 points in the Argand plane, where each point represent a different complex number. Similarly, we can find the formula for section formula. We can also find midpoint formula. We can also find, but we no need to go in that much deep because the exercise 5.2 is not in our syllabus. In our syllabus, the polar representation of the complex number is given, and let us see now polar representation of complex number. So here in this part, you see what is the complex number. The plane which represent the complex number is called complex plane or Argand plane. If we have any point pxy, that can be represented by x plus iy. It means in Argand plane every point represent a complex number. Okay, and the complex number represent a unique point in the Argand plane. It means there is one correspondence between the point of complex, between the point of Argand plane and complex number. If we have any complex number, then it represent a unique point in the Argand plane, or if we have any point in the Argand plane, then that point represent the unique complex number. Okay, it means there will be one correspondence, one mapping between a point in the Argand plane to the complex number, to a complex number. Now, polar representation of complex number. Polar representation of complex number. What is this? Y-axis for coordinate plane, but imaginary line for complex number, and this is a real line for the complex plane or Argand plane, or simply we can say this is the real x-axis for the coordinate plane. If we have any point P, this point P which is xy, then it will represent x plus iy. Okay, now let this is origin, join it. Okay, let the angular distance, this is from this to this, that is theta, and we know that if we join this point, that this is n, what is just x. X means abscissa. Abscissa is what? Distance from y-axis. Distance from y-axis means imaginary line. So here it will be x, and this distance will be y. So if we have sine theta, then sine theta is equal to what? Perpendicular upon hypotenuse, that is y upon OP, and let the distance of P from the origin is r. The distance of point P from the origin is r, Then at the place of this, we can write r. It means y is equal to r sin theta. Okay. Here y is equal to r sin theta. And cos theta is what? Cos theta. Cos theta base upon hypotenuse means x upon r. This represents that x is equal to r cos theta. Okay. It means here this represent r cos theta and this represent r sin theta. Y is equal to r sin theta and this x is equal to r cos theta. Okay. It means here z plus iy, that is a complex number for a point p xy. So here x plus iy can be written as r cos theta plus I into y sin theta, means r sin theta. X is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. Put this value of x and y here, it will be in this form. Now take r common, it will be cos theta plus I sin theta. Cos theta plus I sin theta. And x plus iy is what? That is the complex number. It means complex number x plus iy can be represented as r is equal to z is equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta, where r is the distance of the point from the origin. Okay. And what is theta? Theta is called amplitude r argument. Not argument, that is yes, argument. One is conjugate and z bar is conjugate and this is argument. And this theta is always greater than -pi but less than pi. The value of theta varies from -pi to pi. Getting? And the OP is measured always from the positive direction of x-axis. Positive direction of x-axis. It will be here like this way. If we have here, then like this. Theta will be in this form. It may be this direction from the positive direction of x-axis. Positive direction of x-axis. And here, if any point P is here, then if any point P is here, then theta will be like this. In the negative direction. And what is theta? It should be always in radian. Radian measurement of angle theta. And if any point is this here, then and the theta will be like this. Okay. You should also go through the page number 318 to understand about the polar representation of the complex number. This is called the polar form of the complex number z, which is x plus iy. It means the polar form of the complex number x plus iy is r cos theta plus I sin theta, where r is the distance of the point from the origin, and theta is the angle which is called amplitude or argument from the positive direction of x-axis and measured always in radian. Okay, this is the things. One more thing, complex number 0 cannot be put into the form r cos theta plus I sin theta. Remember it. Complex number 0 cannot be put into the form r cos theta plus I sin theta, and so the argument of 0 complex number does not exist. Very important thing. It may be asked in any competition. The means for which complex number the argument or amplitude not exist. For which complex number argument or amplitude is not exist, that is zero complex number. For zero complex number, argument that is theta is not exist, because here cos theta and sin theta is not possible for 0. If one will be 0, then one will be 1. Therefore, so here r theta is called the polar coordinate of the point P. R theta, r and theta is called polar. It's called the polar coordinate of the point P. R theta is called the polar coordinate of the point P, where from here we can find r also. How? Look, you know that x is equal to r cos theta. Then x square is equal to r square cos square theta, and y square is equal to r square sin square theta. Squaring x square plus y square is equal to r square. Here cos square theta plus sin square theta, then its value will be r square is equal to x square plus y square, then r is equal to under root x square plus y square. And what is this? Under root x square plus y square, that is modulus z. Okay, so this is called r and theta is called the polar coordinate of the point P. Similarly, we can find the value of theta also, because we know that x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta, then sin theta upon cos theta, sin theta upon cos theta is equal to r sin theta upon r cos theta is equal to y by x, r and r cancel, and sin theta upon cos theta is equal to tan theta. Tan theta is equal to y by x. From here we can find the value of theta also. From here we can find the value of theta also, y by x, which is in 12th class. Theta will be equal to tan inverse y by x, and inverse trigonometrical function is given in class 12, not in class 11. So this is a part of 12th class. Now, how to represent the complex number in polar form? Examples are given from the page number 319, and some questions is also given in exercise 5.3. In our next video, we will discuss about some exercise question, whatever given in 5.2 and 5.3. It may be in video form or in PDF form. The next video class will be related to square root of the complex numbers, because one more thing, the locus or region of the Argand plane is not given in the syllabus of this thing. Means the questions related to exercise 5.4 is not mentioned in the syllabus of this thing. Therefore, after 5.4, after 5.3, directly we will see the theoretical portion of exercise 5.5. Thank you.